Welcome to this video. Action Plan for Existence. In contrast to most videos on this channel, this video will have no or only a very limited technical aspect and content. Please see it as an intermezzo only. Agroforests are key and become ever more biodiverse and carbon sequestering if used and maintained as they were used and maintained by the Amerinds in the past. These agroforests can still be found in the Amazon forest, still presenting extreme soil fertility and productivity. Although these agroforests and their soils have self-regenerating capacities since the time they were enriched thousands of years ago, IJM still fear they already are, or will become overexploited more and will disappear altogether. Apart from being used in unsustainable ways today, also trucks roll in, and the soil is dug out and used or sold per truck as soil and fertilizer. Everyone who already bought organic material soil and/or organic fertilizer knows it has great economical value. To many's surprise, the Amazon forest is in fact a mosaic of agroforests created and/or enriched in the deep past by what we modern humans call Amazon Amerind tribes. What we can detect of these agroforests after a minimum of 500 years, but most probably after thousands of years, younger Dryas 12,800 years ago, or even long before, covers 4% of the Amazon forest, according to some scientists and studies. If we would stop and analyze, we would discover that what we call tribes would possibly be what came closest to how democracy should look like. But politics, or what we think it is not my subject. We would analyze it with modern human parameters anyhow, and I much more thrust better my formation and experience as scientist and researcher and the parameters of the Amazon Amerinds themselves. The Amazon forest, or rather the agroforests that compose it, were built, or rather enriched by Amerinds, several thousands of years ago, and certainly with the active help of a number of animals, with the macaw amongst them, because the macaw is an extreme and dedicated seed disperser that often defines the composition and structure of the Pantanal, agroforests and Amazon forest alike, and that in all its varieties. Ironically, it is the Amazon Amerind and the macaw that we did not leave them their place to live. In the case of the macaw, they do not have enough trees to nest in, so there is no chance for them to exist much longer in a sufficient number. The laws of biology demand for a healthy and sustainable population. In the case of the Amerinds, their most fertile and typical soils and forest are now in the hands of non-Amazon Amerinds, who exploit these soils and forest in not sustainable ways, except on a few occasions. They and their extreme biodiversity are the left marks of a past when we humans were a kind of guardians of the planet and all of its biodiversity, like in the Amazon Amerind myths. Their descendants do not experience the brain atrophy that we modern humans experience more and more since we left the Amazon forest. This same brain atrophy is the basis for the larger perfect storm that is announcing itself. It is correlated and associated in the maximum way possible. All modern humans, and that includes all of us, descend from these Amazon Amerinds. Also, because they were able to thrive so well, they were sequestered, mass harvested, and hybridized to form a kind of a large groups, later ancient civilizations, or armies that would turn over the rest of the world, after killing almost all males and probably most, or all children, and at least part of the women that were the descendant of the more freely and independently roaming Amerinds. Their lifestyle was the lifestyle of your ancestors, before they were raided and separated from their culture and agroforest. Your DNA is their DNA after it was hybridized. You exist because they existed and had used and passed on their DNA, most probably because of lack of choice. Their myth is your original myth. Once hybridized and the groups and armies employed in Eurasia, the culture became another. The respect for all biodiversity was stamped out and replaced. The sense of being part of the circle of life, biodiversity, was stamped out and replaced by promises of being chosen and gaining a better afterlife, etc. This is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. The subject of the next video will be WHO warned of more outbreaks from endemic diseases. Please give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. I hope to see you in our next video.